Welcome to the latest Libertas video. All right, and we are back doing a little more updates on how we're getting ready for this photo shoot coming up this spring, in just a couple of weeks. Really excited, looking forward to it, and the Bayek costume finally showed up. So it's getting a little dicey there, but before we jump into looking at the costume real quick and also some of the stuff that's going on behind us, you guys all participated in an awesome poll deciding which bow we're going to be taking out on this photo shoot for the Bayek costume. We had everything from the, hunter bow to the predator bow and everything in between, and of course the predator bow won. So thank you so much if you participated in that poll. Really appreciate it. Not too surprised the predator bow won. Of course, it's on the box art, so and it looks really cool. So at least of the styles of bows that they have, it's really awesome. So I do like the warrior bow. I mean, they're all cool, but predator bow is pretty sweet. So here we have it sitting down right here. This was all molded between using a heat gun and a PVC pipe. Not too much effort into it. I've talked about it a little bit in previous videos, especially that modern assassin costume build that we did a few years back, or year ago, I don't know. All starts to blur together. But nevertheless, as you can see with that bow, it is a little large. I mean, scale-wise, it actually matches up with the Bayek's, I can't even pronounce the name of that predator bow that's on the concept art, but you'll know which one I'm talking about. The main body of it looks like it's accurate, but the limbs are just a little too large. So we're probably going to be running back to Home Depot and getting another PVC pipe. Ideally what I'll do is I'll end up thinning down this portion right here and over here. So once we do that, we're going to have to turn it around, chop it down so it can be a takedown bow, and then make it look pretty. But nevertheless, that's kind of the base of where that stands. Over the weekend, I did run through and make 7 arrows. Now these arrows are absolutely massive. I did kind of a different fletching on each one, but nevertheless, it uses a fake sinew as we go through, and then some fake eagle feathers. I know that's kind of like a bald eagle, but looks pretty cool and gives you that definition, but there's no point on them right now. I'm still determining if I'm going to chop them down, but they'd make really good predator arrows. Of course, we have the shield over here, looking pretty cool. It's got that signature Bayek look that he has on his Magi shield and also the Alexander shield. Now, I was really going to go for the Alexander feel. Fortunately, this thing was on back order. Didn't get it in time to really do too much to it. Of course, there's so much else going on. But nevertheless, what I wanted to do was take this, face it in foam, put on the scarab, the flying scarab that's on the Alexander shield, and go with that. But what we're going to doing is just kind of highlighting up some of these edges, making it look a little cooler, look more like the banded shield that Bayek has in the game. But I did some quick straps on the back, Chicago screw riveted them, so I just drilled right through the thin plastic. Fits really well on the arm, especially once the van brace is in there, but really cool, really lightweight. And one of the benefits of not spending too much time on this thing is if it breaks in shipping, well, it's no huge loss. We can always build something once we get back here, but nevertheless, really liking how it looks. Perfect scale. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get a similar shield. But of course, next to it is our Khopesh. Now, a little thing about Khopeshes that I've learned, at least in trying to buy one, is that a lot of them are based off the King Tut Khopesh, at least what was found in his tomb. Now, that Khopesh was made out of bronze, and of course, that just means it's a lot smaller than what you'd see, say, with Bayek. Bayek's Khopesh in the game, from what I've found now, is extremely, extremely big. Very rare for that type of time period, maybe. Not a huge expert on Khopeshes, but nevertheless, most of the ones that you can find, especially that are for sale, are on the smaller side. So there is one that's made by a specific company. I can put a link to it potentially, but nevertheless, they have a larger one that should match up more with Bayek's, but you just can't get a lot of that detail that he's got on his grip and everything. So I'm going to try to look into doing you know, maybe a 3D printed hilt or something in the future, but nevertheless, this Khopesh is looking pretty sweet. It's much more of a modern design. You'll see it once we start taking pictures with it on the blade, but I think it's going to fit in real well with this costume. Of course, it came with a leather scabbard and everything, so I'll be able to attach that onto the belts and it'll look pretty sweet. Aside from that, the Bayek costume is in, so we'll take a quick look at that, kind of take you through the unboxing, and then we'll jump back here. So let's get started. All right, so you can see this, I started opening this and it's, but this is not how it came, but you can see relatively the size of package that this is. We can see a PlayStation controller compared to it. So they really do pack in quite a lot of costume into here. So we're gonna open it up now and see what comes with it. So bear with me as I have to use my knife. There we go. Usually unadvised to use a knife into a whole bunch of clothing. Let's see what we got. All right. Looks like we got the sash here, which looks really nice. It's got a nice pattern on it. Here is our, no, I don't even know what's called this. Basically the shoulder armor and the chest piece. Breastplate, that's what it's called. So we got our breastplate. Looks kind of nice. We got these turquoise looking jewels that have been sewn on here. So that looks a lot better than I thought it would. I was kind of expecting to see some gold. Maybe this is gold. Maybe it's just the lighting that I'm in right now, but looks pretty sweet. And then you got your fake lion hair there and your Magi badge. Yep. All right, so looks like this is the right gauntlet. Just scale wise, you can see it on my arm, so looks pretty good. Zippers up, so that should make it pretty easy to put on and take off relatively quickly. Of course, you know me, I'll want to make my own leather gauntlet, but this looks like it was really well made, at least detail wise, very well taken care of. Here's the left one, and of course you've already seen my left gauntlet, but good scale and everything like that. Got your fake hidden blade here. Looks like it zippers as well, but it already came zippered and I can't get it off my hand. There we go. Looks like, don't know what that is. Assuming I'll find out. Guessing these are sandals, probably sandals. Sandal tops. I've seen boot tops, I've never seen sandal tops before. Got some pouches, look pretty sweet. Nice rivets on there. Pretty detailed in terms of side pouches and everything, so that's pretty good. Got a belt. Whoa. Usually with Cosplay Magic, I've gotten belts that are much more like a microfiber suede style, and this is much more of your synthetic leather feel, so that should look pretty good. Same metallic shine that the other pieces have. Yes, looks like these are the greaves for the top of the sandal. I was kind of expecting them all to come as one piece, but it looks like you can wrap them around your legs. That's a pretty ingenious way of doing it. All right, we got our sash. Very floral. Some lace on there. Probably should look pretty cool. Very metallic-y, so don't know if that's exactly how Bayek's was in the game, but then again, this is a lot of interpretation, so it's all cool. We've got, I'm assuming this is the hood or scarf or something. They just gave you some ragged cloth. Well, we'll figure out what this is at some point. I'm assuming this is a hood. Stick your head through. We're gonna go with hood. Let's see. Oh, we got some leather, fake leather here. I believe this is part of the upper tunic. Probably, maybe, possibly. We'll find out together. Yeah, probably goes over the shoulder like that and then wraps around the waist. That's a good way to do it. And then we got the tails, it looks like, with the stereotypical button and frayed edges. That's good detail right there, considering a lot of Bayek's costume is very worn looking. Some rando leather straps to go on with your black trousers, as they would call them. Assuming you can just wrap these around your leg. Looked like in the game that Bayek actually had almost like a leather pad on his leg that I'm not seeing, so not sure that was even supposed to be part of the costume or not, but these wraps look like they can just go around, kind of fake that as well. Most of it's hidden underneath the tails in the first place, so unless you're really trying to pay attention, that's that. And it looks like this is all of our belts, including, looks like a corded whip, which I believe was supposed to be part, or is very similar to what Aguilar's got on his belt. I don't really remember Bayek having a corded wrap, so I'll have to go re-examine the game. You can see it right there. It's kind of tied together. And then you got a whole bunch of random straps. Now I'm assuming these are going around the waist. But I will double check all of that because I have no idea what it goes to. So that's the costume so far. Looking pretty cool. I'll probably do a test fitting at some point, but it looks really good, and we'll probably jump to a different cut right now. All right, so we are back in front of the table. One last thing, all the Altair stuff is done. Real quick, you can see behind me, we do have the van braces are complete. No reason why there should be batteries there, but there are. But the hidden blade is all painted up. Really like how that turned out. It was just rub and buff, and on top of that, black 3D print. So really liking the looks of it. Really excited to show that off to you a little bit more as we go along. The belt's completely done. If you've seen some of our Instagram posts, you'll see that that is done. I even was able to get the frog attached for my Windless Studios Altair sword. So real excited about that. Throwing knife sheaths are on there. All the pouches are done. And it was a lot of stitching. That was a lot of hand stitching to get done. But really happy with the results. Really looking forward to putting that costume on and getting those cool photos done, because I'm really happy with how this costume's turned out. Other than that, we're probably gonna, the next video you'll probably be seeing is results of the costume and the progress that we've been making. So really excited to take these costumes out. Gonna be shipping them out here pretty soon. So we got a little bit more work to do, and then it's game time. So looking forward to it. Hope this has been enjoyable, hopefully somewhat inspiring, and hopefully giving you some resources that if you want to do something similar, you can do the same. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next Libertas video.